Hello, Scrappy friends. Suzanne here in the studio today with what is going to be the final installment in my Stash Bash Through Challenges series. As you'll remember, we started out with the 100 paper pattern challenge, and that will be ongoing. I'll be using those papers for the rest of the year, but I got a good start on those. Then we did the Scrap Backwards challenge where we started with a sticker sheet. After that, we did the In Good Company, where we started out with Bella Boulevard papers and did a smaller kit. And then after that, we did the Mini Kit Monday. And so this last one is going to be Collection Obsession. Now, I've seen this hashtag in several different of the Facebook groups that I participate in, so I'm not exactly sure where it started. Or I don't know that I've even seen official rules. But I think basically the idea is you start with a collection and then you just really try to concentrate on it. Now I have hundreds and hundreds of collections, and a lot of them I have a lot of the coordinating, embellishments and all of that. But I thought what I would do is I would start with this Quick Quotes Paper Pack Autumn Brilliance. This is back from 2018 rather, and back in that time period, I was getting their kits, which are really nice. They do really beautiful die cuts with their kits, so they're a lot of fun. So I had liked this particular paper pack, so I ordered extra. I got the whole paper pack. I also had with it some other things, but first let me show you all the paper. Let's spread this out so we can take a good look. And I've turned these, so these are, you get 2 of each sheet. So first we have a gray distressed wood, and then we've got this sort of, I don't even know what you would call this yellow. It's sort of a muddy yellow. It's really pretty. And then we've got a few chevrons in the background of this. Here is sort of the plain version of that same paper. And then here's the version with all of these arrows. That's very fun and playful. Then we have a solid color of this pretty rust. And then we have this, the yellow and the rust on top of a wood grain. Really pretty. Then we've got a brighter, sort of ramped up the yellow on this one. And then here is sort of another version of this same, in same color families, but they played around with it a little. Then we have this rust tile, and finally this playful large pattern. You can see it's the same pattern as here, but it's large and in more colors. So that's kind of where we're starting. I also had some of the leftover of the cut aparts from the kit. So Live Life in Color, Listen to Your Heart, You Are My Happy. So these are really nice. And I also had from Quick Quotes a Sweet Fall vellum and a Autumn Leaves vellum. And the vellum is one of the things they also specialize in. And they also usually give you extra ribbon in each kit, but I didn't really have that ribbon. So I really don't have anything dimensional from them. Everything I have is sort of flat. So we're going to take some time and we are going to see what I have that I can match up with this. One of the first things is, and I'm sure some other people did this, when Hip Kit had a sale recently, they had lots of interesting things. And I picked up the Sweater Weather Embellishments kit, but I think they were already out of the Sweater Weather paper. But I thought, well, this would be a nice match. It's got some of the same blue grays, it's got the orange, it has a little purple and brown that aren't necessarily a match, but I thought there's enough there that goes that we can use that. They also had this pretty puffy sticker alphabet in a nice script. I thought that was very pretty, so that'll work. Of course, any fall kit, you like to have some wood grain, and this has some gold on it. They're wood veneer, so that's very nice. And then they have these cards. So let's open these up because I'm not sure. this is probably way more cards than I would normally include in a kit. So we can do a quick flip through and just pick out a few of these that we think are going to work better. Okay, winter memories. These actually seem like these are, I think this is a winter kit, so I don't think this was the same. Well, maybe it is. Warm wishes. I don't know. I'm not really getting the same vibe. Are you? I guess some of these vary. I think this is much more a winter kit. Yeah, this is much more, these colors are cooler rather than warmer. I think I'm not going to use this after all. So I'm going to set that aside. And instead, let's see if I fare any better with, these are some family pocket cards from scrapbook.com. And obviously the top one looks like it works and the back does too. So let's see if these are a better match. I think I got these on a real good sale. Okay. Family is forever. Grateful. Yeah, and these are all double-sided, so I guess I should flip them. We are family. Family is forever. I don't think that one particularly goes. Family. I don't think that one. Some of these colors aren't quite. That one might work. Just love. Yeah, I kind of like that. And grateful. I think those work for sure. What else have we got? That's cute. We aren't step or half. We're simply family. Oh, I like the back side of that. Those flowers. The story of us. Our memories. Oh, I really like this. When we have each other, we have everything. Another little house. Cherish every moment. No, I don't think that quite works. Butterfly, a little better. Oh, I like this. The root of joy is family and then our home. Okay, so I think that is a better matchup. I also had just a few Picture My Life cards left from Close to My Heart's Chris Bear. Let's see if any of these I think will work. Fall bucket list. I like that one. It's a little bright, but I like that one. Those are too much color. Nah. So these three. I think these three work. I think the others, the colors are not quite close enough. Okay, then I thought I would like some enamel dots, but then when I looked at my enamel dots, I thought, okay, the glossiness of enamel dots is not going to work. So I found these pearls. Those are from Kaiser Craft. I found these outlet sort of bumpy things. So they're shiny, but they're also sort of frosty looking. And I think that's going to go better with that paper, something a little more subdued. I also found, of course, some Prima Say It in crystals. And these are faceted. And those are sort of an ivory cream color. Those will go real well. I found these three Petaloo Premier stick pins with leaves. So those are. I also found maybe some of these typewriters from Maya Road. Those are fairly old too, but I think the fact that they're off-white on acrylic will work really well. So we'll try those. I also found some Studio Calico extra large sequins, and these are sort of in muted frosted colors, silver and gold and some red and even some off-white. So those are fun. Oops, there's one that got out. Escaped. And then the last thing I thought I would add is I went through my last box of washi tape and saw several that I thought would work. Here's one from Maggie Holmes, sort of a black on cream floral. Here's a sort of black and white. Here's a pretty cream and taupe from My Mind's Eyes gingham line. Here's another one from that same line that's sort of got the blue in it. Here's another Maggie Holmes. Oops. Here we have this from Simple Stories, and it says Harvest, Market Street, Pie, Farm, Leaves, Apples. So that's definitely a fall one there. Here's a nice plaid I thought might work and tie into the orange a little bit. Here's another My Mind's Eye one. And then another, another Simple Stories. So there we have it. So I think that is a pretty big kit to be able to sort of do this collection obsession. Since I didn't have, Quick Quotes doesn't really do sticker sheets per se, they just do a cut apart. I've added in a few other things, and hopefully I would really like to use up this entire paper pack. And I know I have more than enough add-ons here to be able to get quite a few pages. So I think that's all I have for now. I will be back soon to show you how the collection obsession worked. Okay, I'm back to show you how I did on my collection obsession. To remind you, I'm using Quick Quotes Autumn Brilliance. And since as I was using it, I was using the pattern papers, the full sheets of pattern papers a lot of times for the background. So I went through it pretty quick and I had to add in another paper line. So I went to my stash and I found some of the Paper Loft's Autumn Splendor. And I just had about 5 or 6 sheets, I think, of this as well. And then here's all I ended up with paper after doing all of these layouts I'm about to show you. Looks like I have 2 full sheets, and these are both the Paper Loft, and then just scraps really of the Quick Quotes line. So I'm really happy with that. My sister came for what we call a Southern Indiana Scrap Fest, or a SIS for short. Anytime my sister or sister-in-law comes for a big scrap fest, as we call it, we refer to it as a SIS. Okay, she and I were really humming along on these pages, and we went to my binder of page maps, sketches, and we just started flipping through, and as soon as a double caught our eye, we tried to execute it. This very first one was in January of 2015, and these were the oldest sketches in my page maps binder. So this was a really fun page. I was right off the bat, I was able to use the vellum that Quick Quotes is kind of known for. And some of those nice chipboard stickers. I did go to my stash for these leaves. And one thing I was really trying to do on almost all the layouts while my sister was here was to use washi tape. She gives me a bit of a hard time in a friendly, sisterly way about how much washi I have. So be on the lookout for washi tape on all of these. So this one is fairly simple, but I've used a lot of things from that kit. Those pearls, some chipboard. There, a little piece of paper, that's from the zip strip. And I used my notebook punch here. So our first page went together really, really easy. And we were happy with that. What's next? This time we flipped all the way to July 2015. And here we have this one. Happy Thanksgiving. Again, I'm using the vellum, and here I actually used, this vellum was a little warped, so I was a little afraid of trying to glue it down. So I used clear photo corners to actually mount the vellum. So I think that works real well. And then here I added in some of those Petaloo stick pins. And again, using this. I also went to my stash to find some buttons that were a little closer to this color. I wanted to be able to pick that up closer over on this page. So this is a pretty easy one, easy layout. And as you can see, I have washi tape here and here. I believe this was a My Mind's Eye one in my kit. And we've got a doily there. So when we're doing a scrap fest, you know, we don't get slowed down if we're using a kit and there isn't something in it. We've got lots of stash to choose from, so we don't waste time debating about whether we should add in stash. We just go get something that'll work. I really like this tag here. It's really cute. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if I have that. Yeah, I think I actually had that down wrong. I think it goes this way. Well, shame on me. I guess I should have gotten my sketchbook out real quick. All right, there we have the second one. The third one, here's where I was starting to add in some of the Paper Loft paper. And this would be the August 2016. Again, you'll see I've used, I believe that was Simple Stories washi tape. This was the Paper Loft paper that made me get everything that I was able to find on this line. I just like this paper. I just think it's really, really pretty. We've got some of those pretty wood veneer with a little bit of gold, along with the Friends. We've got some of those Goosebump gems. So we've got a little more glitz on this page. I've used a decal scissors here instead of tearing, and so I use that here as well. So I really like how my clusters turned out. I actually went to my stash to get the smaller leaves because I wanted a variation in size, and there wasn't as much variation as I would have liked in the pack that was in my kit. And then over here we've just got one little. So that went together really, really quick. Here we've got those crisp, that's one of the Crisp Air Picture My Life cards. Okay, moving right along. Here is the last one we did. Here I went to my 100 sheets of pattern paper to get this wood grain. And I'm glad I did. I just love the richness of this page. My title is for Quick Quotes Cut Apart. You Are My Sunshine. A little Cherish cut apart there. A little bit of washi tape here and here. And then Listen to Your Heart. And then we've got a little row here of those little pearls. I really like those. So this is a very simple page, but it's just going to really let the photos shine, I think. Very, very simple embellishments on this one. And I kind of did that to balance because it's such a rich background. I didn't want to feel like I was throwing a lot of stuff on top of something that already was really making a statement. So you have to be careful. If you do too much stuff, you really can detract from the photos. And if I think once I have the photos on that I need more embellishments, I can always add it. But this was the November 2018 Page Maps sketch. So very, very fun. I actually did after the Scrap Fest. I counted, and I have used 30 of my 100 pieces of pattern paper. So I think I'm on course. For the first quarter, I should have used 25, and if I'm at 30 halfway through April, I think I'm pretty much on course to be able to get through all of those this year. Okay. So that was very, very fun to get all of those 8 pages done pretty quickly. I think we did it in, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours it took us. And that was sort of our warm-up for the Southern Indiana Scrap Fest. So we were not quite into mode, but that got us there pretty quickly. So that's all I'm going to have for today, except I wanted to also congratulate Brenda. She's the winner of my last giveaway. As I had said in the previous video, I was going to be sending her mini album die cuts from It's the Little Things line by Close to My Heart. And of course, I can't just send her that. I'm also going to send her half a dozen pieces of the Hillside Cottage bulk paper with this cute pattern on it and pink on the back. She might be able to use those together. I also found a few Hillside Cottage wooden pieces left over. I'm going to throw in some black and white frames. I think those would work real good. And that Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy Best of Everything. So maybe she can make herself a few layouts and then make herself some cards for next Easter. Okay, as always, I appreciate your time and attention. I really appreciate it when you comment. I hope you'll come back for my next video real soon. Bye for a bit.